Yeah, yeah. You can hear yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're live. Welcome, Las Vegas. For those who don't know who I am, I'm Eric Stackz from my rap mentor representing Hot 702.5. And today we're going to be talking about how to maneuver in the music industry. I got some special guests, but before I introduce y'all, definitely follow me on Instagram at ERIC_STACKZ. You can also view this show live right now or later on Facebook at Hot 702.5 FM. Let's get it. So today, I don't know if y'all seen the show, but the concept of the show is usually I usually bring on like entrepreneurs, artists, business people, and the whole goal is to get behind y'all mind state, where y'all came from, y'all future goals, and we're teaching pretty much like new up and coming artists. So I know y'all doing y'all thing, y'all been in there for a while, so just keep in mind that you're teaching someone that's new and just starting. So by that being said, introduce yourself.
Yo, ¿qué pasó? I go by the name of B Sosa.
I go by Dollars.
Dollars be Sosa. So okay. Where y'all from? Well, matter of fact, tell them where to find y'all at too. I always forget that.
Instagram, Twitter, 1B Sosa.
Yeah, same Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just Dollars.
How y'all spell that? Because rappers be spelling wrong. So how y'all spell y'all?
I got the number one, numero uno, and then BSOSA.
Usually I just go by Dollars Music, so just like spell dollar.
Like the
dollars.
actual?
Yeah, like
dollar.
the actual
okay.
dollars.
No rap.
Yeah.
No dollar sign.
No dollar sign, no dollars. Just straight dollars.
All right. Y'all on Spotify or anything where people can find y'all at? Or it's the same thing? Or
Yeah, the YouTube, all that.
Okay. Y'all find them and stuff. Yeah, they spelling everything right. So we was talking a little bit. So I want to bring a lot of the stuff that we was talking about in there before we got on the shows. But let me know where y'all from.
Well, me, I'm Cuban. I was born in Cuba. Used to live in Florida. Spent a couple years in Vegas, and now just kind of back and forth.
What made you come out here?
Family.
So how long you been out here?
I would say now like a year.
A year. So you like it?
I love Vegas. Vegas is good.
So what's the difference between Vegas and I'm gonna ask you too, but right now, what's the difference between Vegas and you'll say Florida?
I would just say like the culture, just because like I'm Cuban and like in Florida, that's like where most of us are, and you get the big Spanish influence. But I see like that type of change happening here too. Yeah. Which is dope. The Spanish clubs, the reggaeton, all that.
It's that's changing all around the world, man.
I know.
I went to Florida once, and man, I loved it, man. That's probably other than Vegas, probably my second favorite place being. So, Dollars, where you from, man?
Yeah, I'm from California, San Diego, Chula Vista. I was only there for a little bit of time, but I was raised here, grew up here, so I'm from Vegas.
So you love it out here, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm still getting used to the hotness.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I'm used to the snow.
Yeah, so it's a little wild for me still. I don't know. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm used to it now." I'm like, "How are you used to this?" Like 120.
Yeah, like I learned how to I guess maneuver better with the heat, but I don't think I ever get used to it.
Right.
So you from hot too though, right? It's just a different kind?
Yeah, it's a different. It's more like a breezier hot. Like you can deal with it. Out here,
like
you're
oven
just
hot.
Yeah, it's like you're just burning the whole time.
Hey, you from hot places? I mean, what's the difference to you? I mean, I went. It was humid as hell.
Yeah, but tu puedes ir para la playa. You can go to the beach,
bro.
When it's hot.
Super humid, bro. It was like boiling, bro. I got super tan quick.
Yeah, no fat people in Florida.
Yeah, no.
It'll melt right off you, bro. It's like a sauna, bro.
That's funny.
So how did y'all meet? Because this is your DJ, right? So how did you guys meet? Like, what
honestly, my brother. Yeah, they was going to parties and Dollars was rocking it. He been doing his thing. Been doing big shows and stuff downtown, the Fremont Street, the Hard Rock, stuff like that. And my brother used to always, party with him and all that. And he was like, "Yo, my bro's out here and he doing music."
Yeah.
So did it? Y'all just seen each other a lot of times, or?
Yeah, honestly, that first initial time, you know, it was we just had a convo, and it was like, look, and I let him hear some stuff, and he was rocking with it.
So y'all been doing it for a while together, or?
It's actually been like a couple months now.
Couple months.
Recent,
so what got you individually? Like, I want to go all the way back. What got you like to the point where? What made you want to even do music? What inspired you to do music?
Can it be metal?
Yeah, I'm going in no matter what order.
Yeah. I was always into music because of my family. My dad was an artist manager. He produced a rap group out here a couple years ago. They go by the name of Clica One. So they're very known out here. I just was always in the studio as being, you know, young and was just always just in there because of my dad. And I kind of just until I actually matured, and it kind of just hit me, you know. And I kind of got hit by that music bug, so I kind of started following it my own way, and then just DJing, just parties, and like, you know, I just got into it like that. Wanted to do it, thought it was dope, you know, and then kind of took it my own way from there with the music kind of talent that I was, you know, was brought onto me. So. And just went by there, started DJing house parties, you know, and
moving up,
moving up,
getting all the girls.
Did it? How long did it take you to know that you? How long did it take for you to know that you wanted to make this a life? Do this as a career?
I would say probably the first, like, I didn't really think I was good till the first year until it really hit me. It was like, oh, okay, like I'm starting to do some tricks and doing my own thing.
You saw the girls reacting like, yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah, getting it popping. And so I like, from there, I was like, I mean, I'm like 10 years in now. So for the first year, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, you know, I never thought back on it either. Never like second guessed myself or nothing. So I just took it from there.
Okay. What about you, man? Like what made you like want to get into this music thing? What inspired you, man?
Yeah, my story completely
Take me back
different.
Take me back to the kid.
I wanted to be 50.
G-Unit tank top like vests.
Yeah, there you go. I wanted to be 50. No, but all jokes aside, yeah, it was, you know, going back. I feel like growing up, at one point, everyone kind of messes around with the studio and all that. A couple tracks with the homies, do the little rap groups, all that. I said the 50 Cent joke because around that time, that's when I really started listening to rap. Around that time. Before that, it wasn't, you know.
Oh, you ain't listen to rapping too before that time?
Yeah. It was like probably like middle school. My parents kind of, you know, they're real Spanish, so it was more like Spanish music.
Oh, okay.
When I got to middle school, we start hanging out with the homies. You know, get rich at that joint and all that. You know how that goes. You know. But all jokes aside, yeah, man. And then from there, just kind of learning. Also, too, like, kind of like him, I was just kind of like around people that did it. And I was like, oh, this is dope. But it wasn't until recently where, you know, I started to want to take it all the way.
Like as a career and stuff?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get good at what you was doing?
Honestly, I would say like probably like the last year and a half. And it's because I've been studying at it different. Before, I would just look at the artist and be like, okay, this person is popping, this is what to do. But now it's kind of looking behind the scenes, someone like Master P or like Diddy. Like, you know, how do they put the X's?
That's a good one. That's a good one too. I never asked nobody that. Who do, like, y'all can answer this question too. Who do y'all look up to behind the scenes? Because there's certain people, like, I may not like them musically, but certain people I do look up to them behind the scenes. So you brought up a good one. I never asked nobody that. So who do y'all look up behind the scenes that's not necessarily your favorite in music or anything?
I would definitely say Puff. Just, you know, outside of longevity and all that, honestly, music-wise, you know, he's had bangers, this and this with other people. But just like the whole, even the way stuff is now with the clothes, the alcohol, just where you could kind of just brand yourself and then, you know, just take it day by day and then just kind of learn it. But definitely people like that is more people that I look up to now, not just the artist itself. Like you said, of course, there's people that are musically, have a nice sound, or their hooks are catchy, but kind of what goes into kind of building the artist and building those relationships and longevity. Do you want to be here 2 years or do you want to be here 20 years?
Yeah, that is a big, a lot of, you want 2 years or 20 years, especially today. That's more prevalent, especially today. So is anybody you looked up to, like as far as the business side or even DJing behind the scenes? Or
I would say like the promoters and people that really put the work into it, as well as like label managers and stuff.
Because you're real
like
close
that.
to that stuff too, being a DJ. So you're really close to that stuff too.
Yeah. So I mean, artists like definitely, but I would say the people like definitely in the background that aren't really like getting exposed like that or stuff, because they really have to go like over the bar to push, you know,
yeah,
like
do all that gritty.
Yeah,
that don't necessarily.
And a lot of people don't see it, you know, like because they only see it as like the artist or the DJ as that like, you know, that standing star point where like they're just eyes are on you, but like it really takes a lot of work for like everything else that has to go with that artist to get booked, to get shows, to get like marketing, you know. So.
Yeah. People don't. I don't think like the casual people that really just looking at it from the artist standpoint, they think like as great as a Beyonce or Jay is, they think it's just them, but they don't realize it's a lot of moving parts behind the background that don't necessarily get the recognition publicly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was listening to your songs and stuff, man. I noticed you have a nice blend of it has the Spanish vibe too, but it also have the more like traditional rap stuff, as you may say. And just looking at your bio, you said you kind of got a Lil Wayne twist and blah blah blah. So did they influence you later throughout your career?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said,
got some good influences too. You picked some good ones.
Yeah, no, honestly, man,
you
like
picked some good ones.
If you in that 24 to 20 age range, Lil Wayne and you know 50 and Jewels, I mean, not even being funny, even Soulja Boy. Like,
yeah, he set the tone for a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, a lot of big impacts, and I feel like sometimes when people come out and they get to they kind of forget. You know, rap is kind of like the only genre of music that I wish we kind of gave more respect to the people that came before.
Yeah,
us.
to the forefathers and stuff.
Yeah, legends, man. Sure.
I think hopefully we can make that change. I think it's gonna be up to the younger crowd.
Definitely.
Hip hop's still young. I keep remembering it's still young.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been forever, but you think, but it's still young. So I think it has a lot of growth to do. I think it'll happen one day.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, man, some good artists. Is any I know you're a DJ, so is any DJs you who kind of like, who was like the one you kind of molded your beginning style off of?
Daft Punk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You went to international, like creative right away.
So like I that's how I learned off of their records, you know, on turntables. And I mean, there's a lot of artists now that definitely influence my style and stuff, but that's the electronic side of what they were doing back then. It was just like I'm doing this, like, you know, it was like I'm doing this to where even then now, like I play house music. So like it from dirty to like, you know, like any kind of DJ, house music, you know. So.
You said a real DJ.
Yeah, you're a real one.
No, but you know, that's how I started, and yeah, I'll give it to Daft Punk 100%. Yeah, just that's how I wanted to do, and just grew on that, and then kind of put my own style into it, you know, because definitely when you learn something from somebody, and like hopefully they aren't the person to be like, oh, I don't want to teach you this because you know, like you're gonna get better than me.
Yeah, you might get better than me.
It shouldn't ever be like that. We should always push, you know, the younger people or the people that are trying to learn something to take it. When you learn that, they're gonna take it their own way regardless, you know, and they're gonna grow from that and teach themselves of what you taught them, you know, and that's just how music is, you know. I
think you do got a point, and I think I'm not gonna say problems, like I do respect what a lot of the young guys doing, but I think one of the I'm not gonna say problems, I think people today is too influenced by the people around them, in a sense. Like it's kind of a difference. Like how I look at it is, you can be inspired by certain things about people around you, but I think like rappers and DJs today, it's almost like if LeBron looked up to KD. Like,
right,
you know how like you said you like 50, you like Wayne, you like Daft Punk. We looked up to people that was a little more already had a legacy stamped. I think today everyone looking up to people that's still trying to figure it out too. Right. So I think that I think that's why a lot of the music sound a lot of copy.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah though. So what y'all got any future goals y'all wanna talk about? Like what y'all finna do now? Like tell me about the music. I got a little bit of y'all background, so tell the people about the music.
Yeah, we got a video that's gonna drop called 305. That's gonna drop in a couple weeks before the B Day, and then the one for the song tonight that we gonna listen to later. We shot that video a couple weeks ago out here in Vegas.
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, what was the whole process with that one?
Man, that video shoot was crazy, man. We had a good time. We had a good time. It was at the Cosmopolitan. You know, we had one of the artists fly out. Shout out to Sin. And we just had a good time, man. You know, we shot the video. It was, you know, we was at the pool. We was upstairs. We got one of the suites that had like the balcony. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The champagne. Yeah, we had to give it a good treatment.
You better invite me next time to one of your
no, I got you.
Come on now. But you say you had a nice treatment and all that?
Yeah, it was good. Lo pasamos muy bien. We had a really good time, man. Shout out all the girls that was in it. You know, everyone was holding it down.
You was DJing that, man? You was DJing in that, man?
I wasn't there. I wish. I wasn't there.
Sky's out of town. I wasn't important enough for him that weekend.
Shaking my head, bro. Shaking my head. So, you got any like new things coming up, or any new shows or whatever? Like,
yeah, I have. I just played downtown about a month and a half ago. I would say downtown Commonwealth. Shout out to them. I got a show coming up the 2nd here at Artisan. It's like an after hours kind of club thing. Party starts like at 11 to like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty wild. I'm putting out the flyers here in the next like couple days. Start promoting, marketing it. Just that. Other than music, slowly here. I think the EP. Couple, like EP? 2-3 songs.
Okay. Get them dollars.
It'll be hopefully Apple Music, Spotify.
So you're doing the music side yourself?
Yeah.
Also,
artist DJ, but
DJ, okay.
You know, it's a different kind of style from like, cause it's more of like the rave stuff, you know, so like EDC stuff like that,
okay.
You know.
Yeah, I'll be curious to hear that, man. I'll be curious.
Yeah,
to hear
definitely,
that,
definitely. So I'm excited for that. Just working all the little ins and outs of it.
How long you been doing like the artist side?
10 years 10 now.
Years? You've been doing both of them.
Just started production here like a year and a half ago. So slowly we getting there.
So you like the Kanye, like DJing? You just
yeah, we try everything. You know, everything. Promoter, I'm promoter, everything. You know.
So if you had one of those to choose, what is your first love out of all those 3 things you do? If you had to choose one,
play music.
Play music. Okay,
yes, sir. That's my drug.
DJ to the core.
Yeah, for sure.
So so to go back on that video, is it out yet, or
no? It's about to be. Yeah, it's honestly we're probably gonna drop 2 within the next 3 months.
So what was like? So tell me what the song's about a little bit before. You don't want to give too much, but well, is this the one you finna play though, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, you could talk about it. So yeah.
It's basically a vibe, man. It's like, you know, linking up with that person that you've been, you know, talking to, been wanting to see, and you know, just going straight to the party, straight to the tournament. That's really what most of the new stuff is about right now. Just kind of like ese reggaeton, esa canciones de tú sabes bailando, de fiesta, you know, just partying, all that. The girls, the bottles, you know, real Miami, you know, club vibe, and record's dope, man. And
so do you say your sound, like your core sound, do you think it stems from Miami, or like?
Oh, definitely.
Because I don't know a lot other than like the mainstream stuff I hear. But tell me about the. But if I'm curious, what do the non-so mainstream stuff sound like? Is it from like Miami? Is it?
I would say it's more gangster.
Oh, it is.
It's more gangster. Like it's more kind of like you know, kind of like the underground rap. It's more what's that word? Savage.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like everywhere like that.
Yeah, it's kind of more like
savage.
Yeah, it's like the high end. You got like the pit bulls, the Osuna. You know, it's kind of the flow rider type of stuff. But then when you got the underground, it's more kind of like that gangster, like and with the reggaeton beats. So it's kind of
so it has the reggaeton beats, but it's a little more gangster.
Yeah.
Is this no like in between? Like for instance, like I heard your songs. I'm not gonna say, at least from that particular song, I'm not gonna say you full blown like pit bull, but you still have a pop sound to it. So is it more people that has a more not like, I don't know how to explain it. You know, there's like super pop, super pop, and then there's like pop
crossover.
Yeah. So is it more people that do kind of like what you do as far as, or similar, like kind of in like it's crossover, but it's not like necessarily, you know, pit bull?
I would say,
if I'm explaining it right.
No, what you said was right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna start wearing mermaid suits in the video, but
Like,
it definitely.
Like I still keep it G in there, you know. It's crossover, but you still keep it G.
It's just kind of throwing that flavor in, like the salt guy. But all jokes aside, no, like what you said, most of it is that straight pop, like neon lights. We all got flashing jacket, which is great. You know,
it's definitely needed
for that sound. But we really in that in between where it's like, all right, this is it has that Main Street vibe. But we're still keeping it gangster, like still,
that's all.
Still bumping with my homies and not feel
like,
weird.
You know what I mean? I can bump with my homies and don't feel weird. I can bump with my girl and don't feel weird. So is it a chunk of people that's doing it out there, or you're one of the few, or?
What I would say is right now with the new reggaeton wave, that's really like what you really gonna be hearing as far as from the Spanish side. And shout out to the girls doing it too, man. It's like a weird time in music. Like I remember even with like there's a lot of girl artists, even just in both lanes, just the full rap and the full Spanish. And for a while you just had one person. So now it just kind of, because people that's independent get to get involved in more stuff, it lets them change flavors and all that. I mean, like, think about it. Like, back then you did have the whole like J-Lo and Ja Rule thing and all that, but now like you got people really, whether it's Tory or Drake or this and this, people really doing Spanish songs. Like, look who's gonna do the Super Bowl this year. It's Shakira and J-Lo. Like, that's big, man. And then, we've always had our crowd and Daddy Yankee, and like we've always had our things. But now with more and more people and with the trap beats on top of that,
It makes it, I think that's too what makes it, when I start hearing it, because obviously I don't really know what they saying, obviously, but I think like what makes it appealing to maybe someone that don't speak Spanish or something is like the vibe, and then it's kind of with the trap beats, so it sound familiar, and the flows sound the same, really. I don't know what the exact language, but the flows sound the same and stuff. So I don't know. You think it's the merger of the internet, just merging cultures together in general, or?
See, and now with the Spanish, like you said, it is a big difference in the States. Like, I remember when we first came to this country outside of Florida, you would have to go somewhere and wait 10 minutes to get a Spanish person.
Oh, for real?
Like, it was way. Now, like, you call somewhere and it's like, press 1 for English, presione 2 por español. Like, it's just a regular thing.
So I definitely got it because I'm curious. So how long did is like the Spanish music and vibe you think is fully accepted, or is getting to that point where it's starting to be?
I think now it's really like at like 90.
I think it's fully accepted now, to be honest. It's like basically a main thing now, just like everything else is. They have all these reggaeton, like Latin rappers at clubs now.
Was it a slow grind to get there, or did it take a long time?
I think definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. How long did you say it took about? Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, to me it just seemed like boom out of nowhere, but I'm pretty sure if he was in the culture, it took a long time. So
I would say it took a while. I'm sure that for every race you get shut down, for everything. So it's just that grind to keep pushing and getting there, and now they are, like, you see billboards of like all these people are like playing everywhere, Dre's, Chaos now, like, so it's crazy.
At the end of the day, all the stuff is close to the same with just a slight different twist. Right. Like, all the stuff sound very close. So you know what? We're going to play your song.
Yeah.
We're going to play the song. We're going to play the song. And we still going to be talking about how to maneuver in the industry because, they doing their thing and got a lot of followers, man.
So, bro. That was, the homie was behind the scenes.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna get into that, but I definitely got to play the song and stuff. So hold on, let me find it. So we'll be back to y'all pretty soon.
Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight? Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight? You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, he met me at the club. You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, I might take her home.
Favorito, that's how I like 'em. Body, pretty face, perfect body. In Miami, we gon' party. Tatiana, Montana, bandolero, dinero. Got the O, got the drip ass like she used to strip. You blowing bags on that bitch. I'm smoking gas with that bitch. Mami, ven pa' acá, ya llegó papá. Oye, she say cuidado que se parte. Y está tan rico, tengo que cobrarte. Mami, ponte hype. Eres callejera, street fighter. Si cocinas con salsa de tomate. And you a bad bitch, let's kick it like karate. 50 like my homes, nigga, that's on site. Champagne, fuck the price, she bad, I just might.
Me tonight, me tonight. Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight. You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, he met me at the club. You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, I might take her home. I usually don't waste my time, but baby boy, you're on my mind. The way you looking at me in my eyes got me wanna love on you tonight. If you put the money where your mouth at, I can put the kitty on your top lip. I like my niggas with their own money. I got my own, you can call me boss queen. I can ease your mind. I can give you 69 reasons why you gon' fly me back out after tonight. Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight? You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, he met me at the club. You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, I might take her home.
Luna entera se convierte en una loba. Asesina cuando viste Fashion Nova. Si la toco se le moja. Pónmelo en la boca. Un mensaje no responda. No quiere amor. Quiere que le mete con alta presión. Quiere una visa con mucha nación. Se pone una falda pero sin calzón. Yo tengo el sazón para darle emoción. Déjate ese bobo que yo soy mejor.
Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight? Are you coming with me tonight? Me tonight? You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, he met me at the club. You wanna make me come? Yeah, this kitty, I'm bum. Put it on me, yeah, I might take her home.
For real.
Yeah, we back on. Hey, that shit was hot, bro.
What's up?
That shit was hot. I can't even see that video. Now you gotta be hyped. Because the video gotta live up to the song.
Yeah,
You
for
went-
sure.
He said 3 words: ass and titties.
You
Hold on,
already
can I
bu-
talk
already-
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You bought me in with that one already. So I already see that one, man. You should have been there, man. I'm mad at you, man.
No, bros, we're gonna give bros that treatment. We're gonna get that 3-second with the hand.
Yeah, the little slow motion. Look like you're not even there.
Yeah, for real.
They got you
Like
from
the
one of
30
your.
seconds.
He got you from a DJ set. He recorded you on phone on Facebook. So now, well, tell them where to find that song real quick before we get into the maneuvering in the industry. and
With
stuff
that
like
one, the Tonight song, you actually got a premiere, man. That song is not out. So this was an exclusive for you guys.
Oh, shit. So I heard it first
Yeah,
to you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I heard
yeah.
it before I came here. So.
And that's
Oh,
an
yeah.
exclusive, bro.
I feel
That's gonna be
special.
out next month. But yeah, you got, you know what I'm saying? I'll rock with you, and I'm like, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Let's bring some of that new.
Okay. So, like, I noticed we wanted to talk about how to maneuver in the industry. So, I know a lot of people they wonder about that. There's a lot of stuff I wonder even myself. So, what do you, So start. Where you think you want to start?
Yo creo la cosa más importante, the most important thing is to do your homework. And I cannot stress that with who you do business with, who you meet, who you share music with, anything. Your circle is the most, like, you really have to look at it as a team. Like, I used to play sports, boxing, all that, so I look at a lot of the way it is almost like a team. If your team ain't doing good on offense, you're going to fix the offense. If y'all not doing good on defense, you're going to fix the defense. I feel like sometimes people do certain things and it doesn't give them results, but they don't change it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
This could be, we were just talking about it off air. There's people that got the rapper image. They got the chains, the nice clothes, the shades, the girls, all that. But then you listen to the music, it's not there.
Yeah.
Or sometimes when you see artists come up, they got the music, but the image is not there. Then when they get signed, you see the Maybachs and the bottles and the big budget video. So everything has to go hand in hand. Now, because it's not that you on your own, but because a lot of people are coming up independently, but that doesn't mean that you can't have, certain deals or certain partnerships. And like Dollars mentioned, the promoters and the DJs, those have to be your friends. Like, those are the people that's going to help take you to the next level.
Yeah.
That's
Especially out here, too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So why do you think people don't necessarily, like, certain artists don't necessarily have, like, the image and the team together? Do you think it's because the lack of knowledge, or, like, what do you think is the reason? Or even then, like, even take me in the story if you've been in it or known somebody that's been in it, without, you don't have to say names, but
Well, with that, I was, like, for example, I was around people that had, like, the money and the budgets and all that, and they could pay for the big feature, the guy that was on the radio, get the video girl that, but the music wasn't there. But I don't think it was a scenario where it was like, you know what, let's go back to the drawing board. Like I said, like in basketball, if we lose 100-20, you're going to be like, all right, we need to change this, that. I feel like with a lot, and it could be ego, it could be certain things. You have to understand, like, people are who they are in a way. But it's about, if you want to be successful, you have to look at what's going on, look at the blueprints. Everyone has influences. Kobe Bryant's favorite player was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Certain things where you're like, you know what, this is good, this and this. Sometimes I feel like it's where you come from. And what I mean by that, for example, Florida, you got, the Pitbulls or the Flow Riders, the T-Pains, the Rick Rosses. So you have that. Some of the people that come from places not as big, there's not as, different outlets, or know what, we have to do this station and this station. There's not really that blueprint. So sometimes you're on your own for a while.
Right.
I remember when Eminem came out, it was a while since you heard other people from Detroit besides Big Sean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It's just getting to the point where, like, commercially.
And then he had brought his team where you had D12 and, Proof, and rest in peace, Proof. But, he had brought his guys, but that individual, like, that track is so, and that's kind of what I would just stress to them is just do your homework. Obviously, not every business is good business.
Yeah.
Right,
Could you imagine if 10 months ago we would have had a meeting and Popeyes would have been like, yo, we're going to come out with a chicken sandwich. And you're like, this guy. Let me guess. It's what's next? All day breakfast? Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then 10 months later, you hear they sold $5 million in 10 days. Then you're calling and texting and, hey, we want to do. Oh, I bet you do now. So certain things, I get it. Certain things, like, you do have those things in life that I call unicorns that are just different. Or like he says, when you can see it and be like, that's it. That's the next person. That's the next hit. That's that. But it doesn't happen every single time.
Yeah, that's rare.
Right. Yeah. I've had trouble with that actually too. It's networking and building relationships is a really big thing that a lot of people don't understand.
Is it different in the DJ community?
I think it's the same.
It's the same?
I think it's the same because, like, the whole ego thing definitely plays a part, because it's like, first, like, you're nobody, you're really nobody. Like, I can't, like, come up to somewhere, like, and be like, oh, I'm the shit and all this, regardless of me playing, like, whatever shows. And then they don't even know who you are. Like, what, you expect them to know who you are, Like, you have to build that to grow, Like, you're not gonna, you can't not put water on a plant and expect it to grow. You know what I'm saying? So, and that is a big thing, because if you don't like build a relationship, you're basically on your own until you get a manager, till you get you know, promoters, people behind you, or people that believe in you at least to get your back and push you. You know, you're really doing everything on your own.
It's kind of what a lot of people don't realize. This is kind of how life works in general.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's only so much you could do on your own. What do you think about, like, from your perspective, what do you think about the you know, the average artist to DJ relationship? Are DJs and artists typically, do they blend well together, or is it any kind of friction? Like a typical one.
Right. I think they definitely blend really good, just because, you know, they're kind of on like different sides of the field, you know, because they're not like butting heads to try to like be at the same place.
Okay,
you
so
know?
it's no, okay.
Yeah, so I always connected really well with artists, because they were always like, hey, I need a DJ. Hey, like, can you mix this song? Like, hey, you know, I'm playing a party. You know, I need you to help me perform. So it kind of like goes well. I feel like it's not like an artist like, oh, like, you need to pay me for the feature.
You might take
like,
my spot,
you know, or you're gonna take my spot, take my shine. Like, so
Okay,
I think
I
I've
feel
always like blended really well with all artists. You know.
So speaking from you on the like the maneuvering the industry and stuff, how did you get this information? Do you read? Was it experience or what? Like for the artist that's like trying to get to a point where, you know, they're at least established, what do you recommend to get this information?
Honestly,
and how did you do it?
And, you know, just being completely honest, a lot of it is just, one of my favorite quotes ever is, smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from others' mistakes. But you're gonna crash and burn, and it's okay. Has every single person, you know, we've ever set up for a photo shoot came through? No. Has every single video girl came through? No. Has every single feature went smoothly like we would have wanted? No. Has every single artist that said they were gonna do something and then do something different? Yes, that stuff is gonna happen.
For the record, this went all smoothly.
You know,
just
no, yeah, right. And
real,
then with the experience, and then going back to the sports thing, that's why, you know, like, one of the biggest things though, when we was coming up, sometimes you feel like people not helping you, and you take it personal.
I learned to stop taking it personal. I used to have that slight, so, but to speak on that.
It's business. Think about it like this. Could you imagine a walk-on guy just showing up, you know, to an NFL team and saying, hey, I could do this and this, and I want the highest paying contract? He would look crazy, right? Like, yo, what's that guy tricking?
Whether he telling the truth or not, I don't see that.
I don't see that.
You gotta prove it.
You know, but you go out in college and you ball out and throw 50 touchdowns and do all this. Everyone, he wants to do that. When you start getting on your grind, building your relationships, and people see something that's working, the same with the chicken sandwich you're selling. We want to be a part of that. Well, no, and then,
shout out to the chicken sandwiches.
No, but
rappers, y'all better get y'all around on like chicken sandwiches.
I didn't even get one. Bro. I didn't even get one. I
had like one. 4 of them.
He had like 4.
It didn't impress you yet, like no.
And he couldn't save me one. Because
he ain't come to that video shoot.
That's why I was
this was stuff.
I had to throw that shot. I had to throw that out there, brother. We still got love for you. But I think too, like you was saying, like if you was balling outrageous and proving yourself, you know what I mean, it will like basically it'll tell people like, okay, let me take a chance. I think with artists in general, I think they add too much emotions to it. Like they don't judge from a logical standpoint. They put too much of their self into it, but they don't know how to look at the product from like the consumer point. Because a lot of artists do, let's work or let's do this, but like you said, pretty much got to grind and prove yourself.
And I had somebody tell me, not to name drop because we're not going to do that, but they told me about a year and a half ago, they was like, yo, you do what you need to do and you could be as big as this person. And he was like, the problem is there are some people that get intimidated by people. Let's say dollars keep moving, start doing this thing. There may be some DJs that get lesser venues or lesser shows. And instead of them doing the right thing, like, yo, I see dollars doing this thing. Let's, you know, make a partnership. Let's do something together. Some people going to feel a certain way about that. Just like it, back to the sports thing. You could go out and look at Kyrie. He had 50 points, but he lost.
Yeah.
So you're going to have those people say, oh, he scored all those points, but he lost. Then if he didn't do good and they won, they would have been like, they don't need him. He didn't, you know, sometimes you can't. You give
There's
them
no reason for it instead of just helping and growing, you know, together. Yeah.
That's just human nature sometimes. Just where there's good business and there's bad business. Hay gente que te van a estar ahí por ti. There's people that's going to help you. And then there's people that's not. That's okay. That's life. You've always had people hold you down. You've always had people that didn't. Yeah. You just have to be the one to maneuver and be like, just like with your friends too. If your friends is down for you and y'all make moves together and you help them and they help you, you know,
it's all good.
Keep rocking it. But people also don't want to feel like they're doing. But you're not could you back imagine going to work 3 months and not getting paid?
Yeah, that's why bro, you hit that round. I always tell people like that's why like it's to me it's essential in life or in music in general that your whole crew adds some kind of value. It don't even have to be the biggest thing, but like you said, if like you just doing and not giving back, it's gonna make a sour relationship. Yeah. But if everybody like, you know, adding value, y'all helping each other in a sense. So I just think people, the new artists, I guess because of social media unknowingly, they're lazy, seem entitled. Like they just want people, hey, I'm talented.
Yeah, for sure. And they think that that's it.
Help me. And I'll be looking like, and you know, another thing I like about that too, because not to get on them, but not everybody do this, but everybody wants, but they don't want to give.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, that's like doing the same thing and expecting different results.
That's like, I don't support you, but then, man, he'll never support me.
Right. Yeah, that's
shit.
not going to fly.
Shit.
And PSA, stop giving your records to dollars to play without no money. Just shut that down. It's not going to happen.
Shut that down.
Hey, it's his rank going up. It's stock going up. You know
that's how good business, y'all. But all jokes aside, like you said, no, it's real, man. But people going to learn or some people not going to learn.
So what do you think is like another way like, that increases your chance of maneuvering right in this music industry and all that?
Aside from you doing your own homework and
I think that's really, really important.
That's important for sure.
Now, this is also being honest too.
Yeah, be honest, man.
If something's already on its way up there, it's gonna be hard to just jump in when the team's 50-0.
Yes.
So if you and your homies really want this and this and that, you know, be a part of some. You know, but use your judgment. Look, I think this could go all the way. I don't think this could go all the way. And especially if it's something you're going to put your time and money in. And that's with anything. Relationships, all this stuff. Stop doing things that's going to waste your time.
Yeah. I think people have, you know, now I like that too, what you said, because some people do have a bad tendency of waiting, like you said, once I'm 50-0, like, it ain't even personal, but like, whatever I'm doing now is working. I'm not interested in
anything
bringing
else.
it. And then some people, they don't know how to believe in the vision. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't be doing zero and trying to sell me a vision. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see what you got. And it's nothing.
Right.
But people don't know how to see something when it's like in that like, you know what I mean? Let's say if you was watering a seed, they don't know how to see it when it's first kind of coming out. They want to wait till it's a tree want to climb on. So why do you think? So keep talking about, not to cut you off, but like, what was your experience with that? Like,
you gotta believe in yourself. Is there moments like, does it get hard? Stuff is not this, and then you may see other people and they just skyrocket. Like, and then you're like, man, this came out of nowhere. Like it, but then also look back, all these people that look like it was just here today that they done had 10 videos you never seen, 20 songs you never heard, 3 EPs that you never even looked for. Everyone's got work. When you see the finished product, everything looks good, but everyone has started somewhere. 99% of the people,
even Jay,
you know, no, like who, you know. Shout out to Meek, like the picture with the braids.
Oh, yeah.
Where you like, yo, you know, it wasn't no big booty girlfriend or the maybe. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Come up from that. Like, and then you have to look at that and be like, everyone's got their own path. And that's why, like, with the sports thing, you have to push it in yourself and be like, I could do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna surround myself that people that's gonna help me get to this. And then when I get right, I'm gonna take care of them.
Okay. So for you, because I'm real curious about the DJ side, do you guys have to worry about teams and stuff, or is it most?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
There is actually teams like around that like kind of only stick to themselves. Kind of they don't like sometimes there's openings and be like, oh yeah, like we're looking for a couple more DJs kind of thing. But yeah, like I've noticed that. That's a very good question actually, because I've noticed that they try to keep those close, and like say like someone's throwing a party, they're throwing at a party at a venue, the house party, whatever it's called, and they have those certain DJs, like they don't even have like a special guest DJ, like they don't have any, like they keep it those solid 5-6 every month.
So by that being said, is that like an official team or a clique more so?
But I would say, I mean,
because like what I'm trying to say, like for instance, like as an artist, you need a manager that's like officially with your group. You need like a booking agent, blah blah blah.
Right.
So with DJs, is it more like just a collective of DJs that's just tight?
Yeah, that's tight, and it's kind of it's hard to explain because like there is like parties and groups that do that. They'll have like, you know, someone come out from LA, someone come out from California, like Cali, like different like places from Cali, but like they won't. There's those groups that won't do that for like certain reasons, and I don't know why, you know. And it's kind of weird in a way.
So do like DJs, do you guys need like booking agents and managers and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, because it helps, you know, like we do everything ourselves, just like even like hip hop artists, like we'll do like it. So it's the same, like we all have the same kind of.
Okay, there. I was wondering that because I know like it's it's almost like a similar kind of. So I was wondering, I just never really heard no one like a DJ like, oh, talk to a manager or
right.
But
yeah,
y'all, because y'all kind of more low key. Other than I notice with DJs, y'all tend to be music. Y'all put the music on the forefront a little more than y'all personality, where the artist is typically different.
Yeah.
So I hear less. DJs seem to be a little more low key about the business part.
Yeah, it's more low key because it's like you don't have that like, oh yeah, go talk to my manager. Like you can kind of handle it yourself, kind of thing. You know.
So back to what we was talking. You was talking about the say getting your team right. What were we talking about?
Yeah, with the just like I said, it was just more about just learning the behind the scenes stuff, just kind of what makes the watch tick. And like I said, just being around people that had the budgets to serve this and this, and then like everything doesn't work, and sometimes you gotta, you know, switch your style up and everything, and the way the music sounds.
Yeah. You do.
Have you ever heard an artist when they're there, and then when you listen to something they did 2 years before, and you're like, man, this isn't even the same guy?
Yeah, for sure. Totally different.
Shit, Lil Wayne. Let's go back on Lil Wayne. He's a way different Lil Wayne than when I first
heard of him. Yeah.
So, is it anything you recommend? Like people, is it any specific books you read or like?
Oh, you want to go all the way?
No, I want to go all the way because
how to build a Sosa.
Yeah. Hey, I want to go. You know, you gotta tell too much, but like, you know, we talking to maybe like, you know, we're talking to maybe like us when we was like 10 trying to learn. So you know,
trying to do that.
Yeah, you ain't gotta give it all, but
also, and you know, and we in a weird time too when people talk about the whole like the energy and being awake and all that type of stuff, but positivity goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the whole who's around you, you know, what's going on. And as crazy as this sounds, if you are a hater, no, and this is real. If you are a hater, you will not be successful.
No.
You will not.
I tell people that if you're like known for being negative or like, I don't even think it's no magical stuff. I think it's just human emotion. If you're a hater and you known for being negative, who in the hell good want to be around you?
You will always lose at the end.
Always lose.
At the end, you might get lucky at the beginning. You might get a little bit up. Lose at the end.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny. Movies put so much, but but we caught up in the whole lasers and all that.
Yeah, the more
it'll show you in 99.9 what happens at the end eventually to the back, and then that's why with some of them you have to look at it too. Some people won't like you for you. Maybe they see you come up from Chicago or from San Diego, and people start rocking with you, and you got people vibing with you and rooting for you, and they feel like they've been doing it X amount of years, and they not getting that same response. And instead of them looking at themselves and saying, what do I need to fix or what can I switch up, they look and say, you know what, dollars is the reason why I'm not successful, or you're the reason why I'm not successful, or Lil Pump is the reason why I'm not successful. And instead of them self-evaluating and fixing what's going on, that's why, like I said, it goes back. Sports is so easy because you either make it happen or you don't.
Yeah, it's more direct.
It's like cut and dry. You can't hide from nothing. Can't nobody, cover it up. You will be exposed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
And with music, eventually too, you gotta be yourself, man. And like I said, I get the image, and then this time we live in a crazy time, man. And that's the only thing I noticed too with the Spanish. What really made us, kind of switch that lane was we had one of my birthday parties, and so many people there were Hispanic, and we were turning up and all that, and then like the music, this and this, and we just caught that vibe. Like, wait a minute, man, this is different. Like, we feeling that. I've been to shows before where the crowd looks suspicious, and dudes walking in there not looking like they're gonna be dancing and all, and then let's be honest, like, for your safety as well, it ain't nothing to put the gloves on and do whatever. But with rap music, you do have a lot of artists that get killed, and people don't want to talk about stuff like that, but it's real. And then that's also two things you got to keep in mind. And as we start getting older and having kids and this and this, you want to be around. And I just noticed with the Spanish culture, not saying that Spanish isn't as gangster or like nothing like that, but you really don't see somebody trying to go to Pitbull's show to throw a bottle at him, or somebody trying to run up at so and so at the jewelry store. Like, could you imagine how crazy you look?
Yeah,
if
you do got a
somebody
point.
caught Daddy Yankee at Walmart and then try, just stuff that you like hear, or chasing him.
I
and
think
he got an ice cream cone.
I think like somebody said, I forgot who, but like your vibe attract your what they say, your vibe attracts your tribe. So I think because like you said, you put out positive energy. Not to say you just nothing can happen, but it's less likely. If you positive, you hang around positive people, it's less likely all that extra.
Plus, people gonna test you. People gonna test you, like, and that's why when he said,
I don't think you gonna try Pitbull. He may be gonna try Pitbull.
Get down.
Flow Rider and Pitbull, I know they capable.
No, Flow Rider's a big dude.
Yeah,
He's
they
a big
like,
guy.
I know they capable of getting down. They like, you know what? I'm moving positive. I'm like,
Flow Rider give you that rock bottom.
I feel like Flow Rider Pitbull will get you more harder than these gangster rappers, bro.
No, but and then it be like, and man, it's also who they look up to, all that. That's why I tell people, like the kids and all that, it's a different time. Like, people can see everything now. So people gonna see you for what you are eventually. That's why sometimes people come up and they're like, yo, people rocking with you because they know you a real person, you this and this. But when you phony, that's gonna come out too. Like, we in a weird time with the cell phones and all that. Everything's gonna get exposed. Hey, but before the interview is over though, I did want to say, shout out to Bruce.
Yes, matter of fact, because shout out all the IGs and shout out what you shout out
for Amelia. Bruce always holding it down. He know what it is. Cali back to Vegas, then it's back to Cali.
All parts of Cali.
You know what it is.
So shout out
man.
your IGs one more time and shout out where you want you to find you.
1B Sosa, that's on the IG. That's everywhere. That's 1BSOSA, and be on the lookout, man.
Right, no dollar
dollars. Get them dollars.
Dollars. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything.
All right, so tell them the new single one more time and tell them your EP. Tell them
Man, that 305 video about to drop, and then that Tonight single about to drop. So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, can't say too much actually on the EP. But here soon. Just be on the lookout. That's all I could say.
Okay. Y'all already know where to find me. It's Eric Stackz, the rap mentor, ERIC_ESTKZ. Also follow me on my rap mentor, which is MYRAPMANTOR. Let's get it.
Yeah.